everyone. I posted a while back a video about using the 2 stock pots to make a water filter because I can't afford a Berkey water filter. So what I found was I watched Boss of the Swamp and saw how he made a Berkey water filter out of using 2 of these stock pots. So I'm going to give that a shot and see if I can do that. The hardest thing that I think for me, because I'm doing this by myself, is getting the lid cut. You have to, I marked the circle with a magic marker, and that's going to be the hardest part for me, I believe, is getting that circle cut out, because you have to cut that out in order to set the second pot on top that has the Berkey filters in it. So I think this is going to be the hardest part for me, so I'm going to try and see if I can get that started using the angle grinder. See if I can get a hole, because I have trouble with the drill. I don't have the strength to hold it and use the drill by myself, and I don't have a bench grip or anything, or I don't have anybody here to hold it for me. So I'm going to see how this is going to work, and if it works, I'll bring you back and let you know what I'm going to do next. Alright, well, wish me luck. Alright. So I was able to get that cut out. My 10 snips have graced me with a good old blister. Anyway, after I got the initial hole through the lid, let's see, I think it was about right there, I just pressed down with the angle iron until I got a hole big enough to put my 10 snips in, and I just went around the circle with the 10 snips, and these are the ones that I used. But this little jewel right here is what put the blister on my hand. But that's okay. That's alright. Anyway, so I was able to get the hole cut out, and I used the angle iron to kind of buff down any rough spots, so it'll be less danger of, you know, cutting myself on the edge. So the next thing that I need to do is drill in the bottom. I need to drill 2 holes that'll actually hold the Berkey filters. And this is the top, like for instance, this is the top one, and it'll have the 2 Berkey filters standing up in it, and then it'll have a lid on top, and the water will come down through the filters into the bottom, and this lid will sit on the bottom. But once I get that far, I'll bring you back and show you, because it's kind of confusing. It's even confusing to me, and I know what I want to do. Just the question is, can I do it? So anyway, that's where I'm at right now, and I'm going to continue on and see if I can get it done. And good grief, that's a loud bird. If I can, I'll bring you back. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone. So I'm going to continue on with the Berkey water filter. Now, I had a friend of mine stop by, and he was going to put, where my cabin was, I had a light pole that my cabin had electricity here in North Louisiana. Well, the pole was still there with the breaker, so he came and put an electrical plug underneath that breaker box, so I could plug my camper into it when I'm here. So while he was here, he volunteered to do the holes in the bottom of this stock pot, because I have trouble with the drill. So he drilled me 2 holes in the bottom of this stock pot. And what that's for is for the Berkey water filters. You could order just the water filter replacements. They're $100 as opposed to $250, $260 for the Berkey water filter itself. So I got the filters in, and this is what they look like. And they have this part on the bottom that has this washer right here, and I'm going to go ahead and put this together, but these are supposed to be primed, and they have instructions on how to do that before you use them. But I'm going to go ahead and do this for the sake of, you know, whatever. Anyway, you insert the bottom through that hole. And don't wiggle it too much, because I was watching Boston Swamp and he said they can break off. I was like, that's good to know. You need to be careful that you don't break the bottom off. You put that washer on there like that. Put this on here. And just finger tight. And we'll do the other one the same way. Like I said, these need to be primed before you use it. Put that washer on there. Screw that little plastic wing nut up on there. And that's how it looks. It has the 2 water filters in it. This is the top part. Okay, so on the bottom, where the water is going to drip down into, is another stock pot. And this is the lid, remember, that I cut the hole out of? So this is double-sided tape, and I just put it around, and you just peel it off like this, just like that. So it sets on top of the bottom container like that. So the top container, I'm going to center it and stick it using that double-sided tape. So it looks like this, and it sits on your counter. And the top lid sits on top. So that's how it looks when it sits on your container. So you can, on the bottom pot, drill another hole and put a spigot. Boss of the Swamp said you could do that, But he doesn't. He just pours it out of the bottom container and puts it in a pitcher, and that's what I usually do. I usually keep my water in the refrigerator so it'll be cold. So when you pick it up, if you can see this, when you pick it up, the lid just sticks to it. So you don't have any danger of cutting yourself on that. And it just sits right back down on top of it. And this racket making something other sits on top. So it can sit on your counter. So what I'm going to do is take this to the property with me. Well, I'm going to use it here, and I may make another one to take to the property to have there, so I can have good drinking water there. But I think I'm going to use this now here, because it's so simple to make, and as long as I have somebody that can help me with the drill, it's good to go. Anyway, I thought it was pretty neat when I saw his video, and I just wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it. And I will admit, the drill gives me a little problem sometimes, but you know, I did what I could. So I just happen to have somebody here that could help me drill those 2 holes in the bottom for the filters to go through. And they just drip down through here into the bottom container. I think that's neat. Neat. You know? So I'm going to keep this one here and use it, and then I'll probably make another one to take to the property. Anyway, I appreciate you watching and following along and bearing with me and having patience and all that kind of good stuff, and I think it's a good thing. So I appreciate you, and thanks for watching.